Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakadash, double honors to all the apostles and the elders that have been passing the truth down from generation to generation, and Shalom to all the hopeful elect. So I want to speak on what's recently been going on around the U.S. regarding the death of the brother George Floyd by this Edomite cup, as you can see. So you got a lot of people out there protesting, rioting, looting, and it's really in vain. You got people that believe that they can really just take control over a country that's ran by so-called white people. Now, mind you, these so-called white people that have hundreds of years of a head start against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And our people really believe that they can really just take control over or gain equality or economic power when Esau, the so-called white man, runs the world. And we already know that it says that in Job, the book of Job, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the wicked is the so-called white man. So, the white man, they have the power. They're in the power seat right now. They have the military. They have the economic power. So there's just no way that we would be able to overthrow this man in his system, Why would Esau want to give up his power seat and give people so-called freedom or or equality? It's not in him. He wouldn't do that. So all this protesting, it's futile. But I know why. They're out there doing that. It's really a deeper reason, and I'm gonna touch on that in this video. So let me just jump into the scripture. So this is 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measures over the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. So 2 Ezra 9 is being fulfilled as I speak. It's not uproars of the people. Is that not going on right now? So let me get to this other scripture. It's the book of Job 20, verse 10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. So you got a lot of liberal white people out there that are front line with Jake protesting, and they're trying to please the poor. They're trying to act like they're down for the so-called cause, and really, me personally, I see right through it. Verse 11, his bones are full of the sin of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. So these so-called white people, they got to pay for the sins of their forefathers because they are their forefathers. It doesn't matter if they're so-called good white people, they're still going into slavery. They got to pay. So though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. For yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of asp within him. He has swallowed down riches and shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly. So, you know, Esau, the so-called white man, they gotta give up their riches that they stole. So, let me get this next scripture. This is Psalms 127, verse 1. Except the Lord build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. So if the Lord is not dealing with you, if you're not with the Lord, if the Lord is not on your side, then everything you're doing is in vain. All these protests and going out there, it's in vain. The Lord's not dealing with that. We get to this next scripture. Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever. So Esau believes that. They really believe that their power structure is gonna go on forever. They really believe America is gonna go on forever. And not just you, Edomites, but Jake also believes that America's gonna go on forever too. They're still fighting for a bone in this man's society. So yeah. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So let me get the next scripture. It's Micah. Micah 2 and 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted, and it shall destroy you, even within a sore destruction. So a lot of you jakes, you can't wake up. You just can't get it out of your mind that this is not your rest. You can't wake up to this truth. You don't see it. But there's a reason why you can't see it. The Most High programmed you that way. He made it so that you don't understand these scriptures. You can't get it in your head. You still believe that you can get ahead in this man's society, and you believe that protesting is gonna really amount to something substantial. So that's gonna lead me to my next few scriptures. Let me get Romans. No, it's Romans 1. Romans 1 and 28, even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Now, when you go into the word reprobate, it means to you're pretty much predestined to damnation, and you won't be able to overcome sin, or you won't be able to receive this knowledge and this word. So that's gonna lead me to a couple more scriptures that I want. So this is 1 Peter 2 and 8. And a stone of stumbling, and a rock of offense even to them which stumble at the word, being disobedient, whereunto also they were appointed. So a lot of our people, a lot of these blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they can't get it, and Drake just can't get it, because the Most High, he set it up that way for them. This is the Most High's movie. He's playing chess. So let me get Romans. So this is Romans 8 and 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to them who are the called according to his purpose, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. So yeah, to go that word destiny. So let me get Zephaniah. Let me get the first chapter first. Zephaniah 1 and 14. The great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hastens greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. The day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out of dust, out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. So that's what's gonna happen to America, and all around the world as well. In certain nations, but mainly America. The chariots, the so-called UFOs, are gonna come down and rain destruction, while at the same time there's also gonna be nuclear missiles shot down on America. So let me get Zephaniah 3 and 18. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are thee, to whom the reproach of it was burdened. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and I will gather her that was driven out, and I will gather them praised and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. So let me just finish it off. Verse 20. At that time I will bring you again, and even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, save the Lord. So we're waiting on the Lord. We're waiting on the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Mak Shah. He's gonna redeem us. He's gonna glorify us. He's gonna give us the glory. We can't take it into our own hands and think that going out protesting on the streets is gonna amount to anything substantial for us. So for the next scripture, same chapter. Jump up to verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me. You hear that? Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So yeah, man, we gotta wait. We gotta wait for the Lord. But like I said, a lot of our people, they can't get it. They don't understand that, and they want to take things into their own hands. What's the next scripture? Let's think about Jeremiah 16. Yeah, Jeremiah 16:13. Therefore will I cast you out of this land into the land that ye know not, neither ye nor your fathers, and there shall ye serve other gods day and night, where I will not show you favor. So that's why a lot of our people, a lot of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's why a lot of people, they they go into other philosophies, they go into other ones like Islam, Christianity, Catholicism, that Egyptology nonsense, and so on. Verse 14, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. That Egypt is talking about America. But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, from all the lands whither he has driven them. Israel is scattered around the four corners of the earth. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. So yeah, all these protests, all these rioters, it's all in vain, and all we can do is just wait for the Lord to give us the power and deliver us. We gotta wait for Yahushua and the angels to come back and deliver us. But American Esau's power system is destined to be destroyed. So hope you found this video edifying. With that, I'm gonna say shalom.